Hello and welcome to another video. First of all, let me apologise for not doing another video since the Halloween playlist. I've been really ill. I'm still kind of getting over it. I've had really nasty flu, etc, etc. But we're gonna power through now. I'm gonna do combined October and November pickups videos to catch up to where we were. Other than that, let's get to it. We're going to start with CD albums I've picked up, and we're going to start with Simeon. This is a noughties band. You might know Simeon from, they became Simeon Mobile Disco, and title track We Are Your Friends you might know from Justice v Simeon. We Are Your Friends, a big 2006 hit, was it? I think working with Justice pushed Simeon to be like a dance band. So kind of like, you know, like Soulwax started off as a rock band and then became DJs, too many DJs and all that. Yeah, Simeon's the same kind of story. Some Palmer Violets. I don't got a lot to say about them. Palmer Violets, what can I say? We got some Tune Yards, early 2010 band. Remember them? Maximo Park Missing Songs, B-tracks, that sort of thing from their first album. Demo versions, etc, etc. Big Muse fan. Although I say big Muse fan, Origin of Symmetry is an absolute, is their best album. No arguments. Origin of Symmetry all the way through, best album. Although I did miss them when they performed it live. I'd like to see them perform live. Showbiz is pretty good, and I think pretty much after was it Black Star and In Your World, those sing-along tracks. I liked In Your World. I didn't like Absolution much, and I kind of, I don't know, but I've got every one of their albums, and this is their latest one. I don't know what to tell you about it other than new Muse album, Simulation Theory. Operator Please. This was a band I used to love when I was DJing in the light bar. I'm starting to DJ more in the club sphere, but you'd have to know me personally to tell you about that one. Operator Please, Gloves. Great band. They've in the first album. Yes, Yes, Please, I think it is. Or Vindy, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, there's a track on it there called Leave It Alone. Oh, astonishing. Peace. I want their special edition first album, but I've got their follow-up, Happy People. I hope they are. Carburat. I mean, it's been signed by someone. That doesn't look like Carl's autograph. I don't know, maybe it is. It's not $1.99 there. I'm guessing, I don't even know what that says, Carlos or Chris or something. I wonder if it was signed by him. I don't know, I ain't looking it up. I didn't spend a lot of money on it, so what are you going to do? Mystery Jets, Radlands. Cool band. First two albums are better. I like their second album, 21. What do we have here? James Blake, follow-up album. He's alright. Spot of, well, I'll call it Big Beat. He started off as a Big Beat artist. He's still going to this day. Armand Van Helden. Best of. So I quite like Big Beat. Paul Weller's current album, True Meanings. I mean, if you don't know about Paul Weller, I don't know what to tell you. Fanfarlo. Interestingly, I mean, indie band in the literal definition. This is a self-release. I don't know if I actually signed to anything, but there you go. Not the only album I've got, but got a Fan Follow album. Now there's supposed to be a sticker over this. So this is Crocodiles at Endless Flowers. Holding it specifically there because, yeah, you can see everything. And I think originally there's supposed to be a sticker over that. My Morning Jacket. Very odd. I don't know what to say about these. They're a band. Alright, I got it cheap. About £1. Like a bit of Crystal Castles. I don't buy a lot of albums new. It's just too expensive. I'm starting to more and more, but only stuff from Tesco, and that's a long story because I'd rather buy them from HMV, but I don't want to go into the ins and outs of that. But Crystal Castles 3, finally got a copy. Just Crystal Castles 4 to go now. Okay, We Have Band, cool band. Quite like We Have Band. Looks like it's come from a library or a radio station. I'm going to guess a library, as radio stations moved away from CDs a long time ago, especially after when it's copyright 2012. Yeah, Andy's Records. It's got so much they used to pay for CDs back. I suppose you still pay that kind of money now. So, but bit of Gene. There might be quite a lot of Gene in this pile, but yeah, Gene, 90s Britpop band. These are all out of order. You're going to see quite a few of these. I like collecting the Kitsune Maison compilations. This is number 6, or glittery, or rainbowy. Swim Deep, band of the 2010s band, early 2010, or might be 2009. Oh no, 2013. Yeah, 2013, early 2010s band. So yeah, there's still music coming out this decade. You just don't get to hear about it no more. Kitsune Maison compilation 3. This is pretty much what I expect from a Kitsune Maison. It's sort of like that blank, and then you get all the people. Which I don't know if they're famous or not. They're just images of people, I guess. Maybe someone could tell me more about them. Another Kitsune Maison, number 9. I'm very happy to have this one because Washed Out Belong is on here, and that track, to have a physical copy any other way, you're only going to find it in cassette, believe it or not. It's just not available. And well, this album, if you want it on CD, and then cassette, to my knowledge, there's no other physical releases of that song, and that came out in 2010. Kitsune Maison 5, Brown. I don't know if I'm a fan of Brown, but there you go. They're cool albums to get. Some really random stuff. There's a lot of dance music on them as well, but like cool dance music and cool dance music. It's a lot of indie electronica on it. Chapman Family. You're going to see a lot of 2010s bands in these lists, by the way. Let's see. Kitsune Maison 2. I'm running out of things to say about Kitsune Maison 2. Outside of, now that's what I call music, I decided I wanted to collect hit series, because I don't normally get a lot of pop. I'm not that into pop, as I've said time and time again, but for some reason I want to collect hits. They're a little rarer than Nows, and they usually have a lot of music that's not available on Nows for whatever reason. I guess it's the record label. Although, interestingly, Sony BMG used to produce this, now Sony BMG produces now. So, I assume they stopped making these when they got the rights to the Nows. I should do more research before I show it, but I'm just showing you what I've got over the past 2 months. Killers, Batterborn, I think I got it in the charity shop, £1. I mean, I think the Killers are bigger than they ought to be. I mean, Hot Fuzz was okay, and I really wish Jenny Was a Friend of Mine was released as a single. So I think that would knock the shit out of Mr. Brightside. My opinion. I mean, you know, we don't live in a parallel world where we contest these theories, but those are my thoughts. Washed Out. Finally got Washed Out's first album. Again, Belong is not on here, which is my favourite track by Washed Out. It's an interesting digipack. Washed Out is there. It's not in braille, but it is raised. You might be able to feel it, or if I catch the light in the camera, just you see it. Just I'm really sorry about I don't seem, you know, my throat's killing me, and we're just going to power through. An interesting one for me, because I didn't know how many albums the Von Bondies did, but Von Bondies, I'm assuming this is the first album, Lack of Communication. There's no copyright on it. I think it predates Pawn Shop Art. But yeah. One of those Britpop band, although they're primarily known for You and Me, but I just went through a phase of getting lots of Britpop, especially the more obscure Britpop, which you could argue one of those are or aren't, but I mean everyone knows the You and Me song. Well, I imagine the majority of people out there do, but that might be a forgotten track now. The Vines, Melodia. Yeah, Melodia. I didn't even know this existed, so I don't know much about it, but I've always quite liked the Vines. You know, I think they make great music, so I'd be interested to know what that sounds like. Art Brut, I basically got it because it was cheap. I don't know much about Art Brut, and I thought it was cool to have. Sometimes I do that. I got Deerhoof, Offend Maggie. It's not the album I would have wanted by Deerhoof, but as I'm a collector, and I think Deerhoof are a cool band, I'd probably want the one that has Super Duper Rescue Heads. It's a little bit cheesy, but I really like Super Duper Rescue Heads. Gene, Britpop. What can I say? It's quite. I mean, Head Automatica Propaganda. In Wolverhampton, Head Automatica Beating Hearts Baby. If you go to the what's left of the indie scene, it was a massive track. I don't know if people remember them so much now, but it used to be able to play Beating Hearts Baby in Wolverhampton, and the whole crowd would go, you know, it is what it is. Switches, a cool band, late noughties band. I don't remember. Lay Down the Law is a cool track. You know, that's a cool pop indie track. And I say pop loose because pop people don't remember Switches, but it's very. What I mean by pop is very accessible, very bouncy. You know, it's not depressing. Graham Coxon, got some more Graham Coxon. The Sky's Too High. He's done a lot more albums than I thought he'd had done. And got some random ones that are completely out of context. Innovation Drum and Bass. I quite like a bit of drum and bass, especially the atmospheric stuff like Goldie put out. Or I tell you, my favourite is Ronnie Size and Represent, Brown Paper Bag. I love stuff like that. I like it when it gets a little harder as well. It's not good listening to the same music all the time, and I'd hardly call myself a drum and bass head as people run circles around me, but if I'm ever in the mood, I quite like it. Also got Eminem's new album. Seemed to be better than his last, but yeah, The Mighty Have Fallen. He seemed to peak with Rap God, but it's all about his first two albums for me. I only picked up one single. Bottle Rocket, the Go Team. Not a massive fan of the Go Team, but the cool collector's item for me. This has clearly been a promo copy, so if you're the promo copy that sent that out, you eye on this now. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, if you want to send me music, there you go. Send me music. I am a gigging DJ. I do play indie music, so you know, send me some cool stuff. You send me some cool stuff. Oh. That's all the music. However, I've had a bit of a Blu-ray binge. No computer games at the moment. I mean, like, I'm gonna do some computer game videos in time, but I seem to have said this is a music channel now, so I don't know. I'll go back. But you know what? It's my channel, and I want to talk about what I'm interested in. And what I'm interested in is physical media, music, films, computer games, just entertainment generally. So, hey, you know, if you don't care anymore, you can tune out now. But you want to stick around, you want to see what Blu-rays I got. I got quite a few for me over the past 2 months. You know, I don't really spend a lot of money. I try to be as frugal as possible, but this is what I got. X-Men: Days of Future Past. I've nearly got all of the X-Men films. I don't have the Apocalypse and Logan. And do you count Deadpool 1 and 2 as part of the X-Men franchise? It does have X-Men in it, but it doesn't seem to be. It's very loosely connected. Get back to me. Do you consider Deadpool to be part of the X-Men thing? But I certainly, outside of the Fox's X-Men and everything, I do want a complete MCU set, including the TV shows, to be honest with you. But I've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I'm not into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It bores the hell out of me. Blade Runner, the final cut. It's really more for the girlfriend, this, because I fall asleep to things like that. Shh. Trainspotting, cool film. Bit of a, I want to say guilty pleasure. I don't think there should be a thing as you either like it or you don't. I quite like them. Resident Evil films, I quite like them. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying they hold up. I'm not saying everyone should love them. But it's a bit of mindless fun for me. So Resident Evil films. This is an interesting one. Sorry, I just hit the tripod. This is an interesting one. Peter Rabbit. Don't ask me. It's a long story, but I didn't get this for me, or I didn't get this for a child. I'm saying no more. Fifth Element. Anyone can say what a fantastic film. Luc Besson. I'm starting to have a lot of respect for Luc Besson. Because I was going over my DVD collection. I have, if you're on for me, the film Taxi. And there's actually 5 of those films now. They released Taxi 5 this year, which is a French film, which is basically got the French Fast and Furious, and it predates Fast and Furious, by the way. I think the original came out in '98. It's a very cool film if you're into cars, because I'm into cars as well. There's no English dub, it's all subtitled. I know some people have a problem with that, but Luc Besson makes some cool films. Leon the Professional, Fifth Element. He's done some cool stuff. And although the Taxi films are as cheesy as all hell, yeah, I quite like them as well. Oh, and Transporter as well. Yeah, he makes some honest films. He makes some cool stuff. But I'm starting to respect the guy. I'm going to show these all at once. I got the original Bourne trilogy. I know Bourne Legacy, and then Matt Damon came back to do the last film, but quite like them. I have to be in the mood for those. They're a bit of a heavy watch and hard to follow, so I have to be in the mood for them. This was an interesting one. I'm a massive Airwolf fan, and I had to get this. I have the first 3 seasons on DVD. I've got to say, I'll be honest with you, it's probably not worth getting the Blu-ray of Airwolf. If you want to save money, stick to the DVD. It can't be cleaned up anymore. It's in 4x3. Why do I own this? Well, 1, I'm a massive fan. 2, 18. Yeah. So I had to find out why it was an 18. And from what I can say, basically, String for Hope says the F-bomb a few too many. It has at least 2 F-bombs, and that got in an 18 rating. What a world we live in. I mean, you would have thought that'd just been a 15 at least, then, you know. I think that's overzealous. I mean, like, you live in a world where Ghostbusters is a PG and that has a blowjob scene, and then you've got a couple of F-bombs and that's an 18. I'm not saying anything. But my advice, if you want to buy Airwolf or some of these old 80s programs, I mean, it's cool to have on Blu-ray, but unless it's been completely remastered, I would advise just getting the DVD. You're not gonna see the benefits of getting Blu-ray. No, that's just a fact at the moment. Unless they completely remaster it and do all that, or unless you collect Blu-ray and you really must have the Blu-ray version like me. But you want my advice, because I've got the DVD version on. I promise you, I'll put the DVD version on. And it's just going to be the same. I don't even know whether it says on here. As soon as expect ratio 4:3. It doesn't mention the pixels, but I'm guessing that's going to be 480, either on Blu-ray. Pacific Rim. That's a cool film. I like that film. Part of my MCU fetish. I haven't even got it out of the case, but you know, Thor trilogy. I'm not looking at the first 2 films, but like I say, I want to complete the entire MCU, so I've got to get them anyway. So I thought I'd save a little bit of money and get them all 3 together. Ragnarok's really cool though. I like Ragnarok. That's a cool film. Underworld Awakening. That's the penultimate film. Scarface, which I haven't seen this. It's on my list of films to watch. I thought, yeah, I'll get arguably the best version, but again, it might have that old film Blu-ray problem, and that there is. I like to say Sherlock, and I've noticed things about these. So, sorry, this is. If you don't know about Sherlock, I don't know how to help you, but like what I want to talk about is you read the back there. And what I find very interesting is video format, high definition, 1080i. And if you're not familiar with 1080i, that's 1080 interlaced. So it's not technically 1080. It's 2 strips of 720p. If that's what I mean. So what would happen is you would show all the strips at once, but as I understand it, as it's explained to me, like half a frame moves one set of strips, and the other half a frame moves, so it's a little bit slightly out of sync, but not in a way that the human eye can usually detect. And what's really interesting about that is 480i, 1080i. Those are typically the formats that CRT TVs use. So I don't know why it's formatted in 1080i. I mean, it would be 1080p or 720p if there's a problem converting. I'm not sure, but that's a bit bizarre. If someone could explain that, I mean, like, this series, I don't know the copyright is. I'm looking for the copyright now. 2012. 1080p was a thing in 2012, I'm sure it was. to have it in 1080. Oh, that's a little odd. Anyway, this has been a huge video because of how long I haven't put it out there. There will be more videos, so I'm going to concentrate on getting better. I'm probably going to leave it until the new year. I'm going to push out a few more, but thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe, give us a subscribe. Like I said, I'm not going to put out a video until deep into the new year. Well, January, not deep. I'm not going to be June, July. But thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.